Assalamu alaikum and welcome to the course of data science. I am Dr. Sayyid Hassan Adil. In this lecture, we will cover about the basics of data science, what is actually data, what is science, and how these two terms combine to make the word data science. Why data science is very important in the current time or the current period, why there are so many job opportunities in this particular field. There is a huge demand of data science. So we will cover all these aspects. What are the sub areas or what are the basically other fields relevant to the field of data science. So in this lecture, we will try to cover all these aspects, and of course in the later lectures we will cover all these stuffs in more detail. So let's start with the today lecture, which is actually the lecture number 1 and the unit number 1.1. So what is data science? It's an interdisciplinary field about processes and systems to extract knowledge or insight from data in various forms. What is the meaning of various form? You know it very well from the course of databases that we do have data in various structure or various unstructured forms. So broadly we can classify or we can divide into structured data or in unstructured data. So if we just try to understand what is the meaning of structured data, then we can simply say that it is a well organized, easy to understand and easier to process by the machine itself. But when we talk about unstructured data, it's not very well organized. It is not very easy to understand and it is not easy to be processed by the machine itself. However, it is not wrong to say that there are many improvements to handle even the unstructured data, and somehow by using a combination of other fields, other technologies, now we are able or now we are capable to process unstructured data. Even means we can of course process the structured data. You know it very well. We have already covered in the database course, okay, at the undergrad level, or maybe some advanced course in the grad level, of course, if someone from the masters. But when we talk about unstructured data, it's a challenging thing to handle. And you remember this thing. As the data is basically evolving, the huge data is actually producing by the various systems. So the volume of unstructured data is very large, and we do need to handle it appropriately. If we really want to use it for our own purpose, for our own benefit, or you can say for the benefit of the organization, so we cannot discard the unstructured data. So we have to give an equivalent importance to unstructured data along with the structured data. So there are two things which we have already covered. One thing is it's an interdisciplinary field. So it is not like a single field. There are various other fields. You might hear about statistics, mathematics, computer science, machine learning, visualization, and presentation. Of course, people like visualization is presentation. Yeah, in order to properly present something, you need to visualize it in a better way. But how you will presenting some meaningful information extracted from your data, whether it's a structured data, whether it's unstructured data, to the end user, to your management, to your decision making people. Okay, and of course, I will love to add another term which is actually hacking. So don't be confused. I'm not talking about hacking in the traditional term, or which is actually relevant to the security. Okay, I'm not talking about hacking with respect to the security only, but hacking means you have to identify some mechanism, some way, some technique to convert your meaningful information to convert your data, or not of course meaningful information, to convert your raw data into your some meaningful information, or maybe the knowledge for your own benefit, for the organization benefit. So this is our objective. So you must have hacking skill set to combine various things to achieve what you want to achieve. So it's an interdisciplinary field. Okay, I hope you understand. Of course, structured data and unstructured data. So you must have data, because if you don't have data, you cannot, of course, pursue data science. And whenever you talk about data science, usually the term big data come into the play. Means we are not only talking about a small set of data. We are not talking about a limited amount of data. And of course, that will even differentiate, because most of the people are like, data science is just a beautiful name of statistics, or a wrapper around statistics. No, it's not. Of course, statistics has basically a critical role in data science, but data science and statistics are not same thing. Of course, I will explain in the later units that how actually differentiate from statistics. Okay. So again, I should go back to the term big data. So whenever you talk about data science, usually the term big data come into the play. So we are not talking about a small set of data. We are interested in processing a very huge amount of data. You might call it big data. And of course, you know it very well. Might heard about this term big data, and it's not only about the volume. Big data does not only means that if you have a large amount of data, a huge amount of data, this means it's a big data. Big data has many different characteristics, and we will talk about it. Okay, so two things: interdisciplinary field and data. And data, structured data and unstructured data. Okay, now with the continuation of some of the data analysis field, such as statistics, data mining, predictive analytics. There are other, of course, descriptive analytics, prescriptive analytics, which we will talk about later. Now it's two things which we have learned from this slide. One is it's an interdisciplinary field, and the other thing is actually data, large amount of data, either structured or in an unstructured, or maybe both of them. Okay, the next point, the success job of the 21st century. Yes, and that is why you are like, you know it, there's there are so many people are actually teaching data science. You might find a huge amount of blogs, large amount of books, various universities in Pakistan and even in various other countries are offering different degrees specialized in data science, master of data science, bachelor of data science, even a combination of for business graduates. Okay. So why there are so many programs, why there are so many online courses, why everybody is so much inspired from the field of data science, because it's a very in demand field. And believe me or trust me, or you can verify from the internet or the various print media or maybe the online, that it is really very in demand field. So that is why it is known as, that is why we call as, it's a sexist job of the 21st century. Okay. So this is I'll just give an overview of the data science. Okay. Let me give you a basic about what is actually data. Okay. So actually data is a plural. The actual word is datum, which is actually singular. So if just one data is a datum, or if you have multiple data, it is datum. Sorry, if it's a single data, we call it a datum, and if it's a multiple data, we call it a data. So datum, just add datum, datum, and data. We usually does not differentiate datum or data. We just call it data. So this is a term which I need to clarify. That whenever we are talking about data, we are talking about it. It's not singular. We are just talking about data. Okay. So, and this other term is actually science. So first take first I want to take an example of what is actually the meaning of data. For example, if you have a table, in just one record we might call it a datum, and when we have multiple records in table, definitely we generally have several hundred and thousand and even billions of record in a particular table. I'm just taking an example of relational database, right? So one record may call it datum, and if you have a multiple data, you can now call it as a data. So definitely we don't call it datum, we just call it, whether it's a one data, one tuple, multiple record, we call it just a simple data. So this is data. Generally when we try to differentiate between, okay, what is what is the difference between data, information and knowledge? Okay, you might read about a triangle in which basically the data is basically the bottom, or the large amount of thing is actually data, then it shrink into basically information, and then it shrink into knowledge. Okay, so generally we call it data or raw data. Does not have a particular meaning. So we if we want to extract something useful, we have to extract information out of this data. But of course, when we have some more refined form, we can still call it knowledge. Okay. So I'm not going into detail of this definition, right? You might like it if I have not explained in much detail, because I'm just giving an overview right now. Later on, we will of course differentiate in much deeper detail, right? So this is data information. What is science? So I will give you a definition first. This systematic study of the structure and behavior of the physical and natural world through, so we are talking about physical world. Okay, एक systematic discipline approach है science, ad hocism नहीं है, systematic like discipline approach लेना है हम इसका. And for that we have two ways, through observation and experiment. So we do experiment, we do observation, we basically define, we perform actually in a systematic manner. So data I have already explained, and this is science. So using data, when we observe something, when we experiment on that data, we are actually to, for what purpose? To find something new, to find something useful, to find something beneficial for us. And what is the meaning of us? Whether for the individual, for the organization, for non-profit organization, for profit organization, for government, for education sector, for social sciences, anything like that. Okay, so this is the, so now this is basically I've explained. First I explained what is data science, and then I've tried to explain about what is data and what is science, and then I tried to link these two terms, the data and the science. Okay, how, what is data and what is science, how we apply science on the data under the domain of the data science. So hopefully you got my point. Let's move to the another slide. In this slide we are trying to present the growth of data visually. If you can see over here on the x-axis, okay, on the x-axis you can see over here we are using year from 2010 to maybe 2025. You might like right now this is 2020. So again, we are sort of basically we are trying to predict, we are trying to forecast. So this is actually from the IDC Global Data Sphere November 2018 report about the growth of data. And if you see over here on the y-axis, interestingly, we are not talking about, of course, kilobytes. We are not talking about megabytes. We are not talking about gigabytes. Interestingly, we are not even talking about terabytes. But even we are not talking about petabytes. We are talking about zettabytes. So the data is so much huge. We are not talking about a data with respect to an individual organization. We are talking about the global perspective. The whole data set produced globally, worldwide. Okay, so you can see over here. Okay, so you can see over here that from 2010 to 2025, the data is actually growing and growing. And the forecast is something like that. By 2025, it will become 175 zettabytes. So very huge amount of data. Okay, terabytes no, then petabytes no, zettabytes. So now you can imagine the huge growth of data, and this data become garbage, useless, if you are not going to use it for your own purpose. And believe me, if you are not going to take benefit of your data by extracting meaningful information or maybe the knowledge from out of it, by for prediction, for understanding, for forecasting, or something like that, your organization will be totally wiped out. Why? Because data is the next oil. Okay, I'm just repeating a term which is very popular. Data is the next oil. So, if for example, if you have national oils available in your country, and if you are not utilizing it, you are losing opportunity. Your country have to struggle a lot. But if you are using those countries, maybe we will talk about Middle East, they are using oil and they are rich countries. So similarly, if you are not using data for your own benefit, for competitive advantage, to be making better decision, for a strategic decision making process, okay, and something like that, so you are losing opportunity. And if you are losing your opportunity, this means maybe after a few years, maybe your organization will be totally wipe out. Okay, mind it, data is the asset. It's up to you whether you are going to utilize, whether you are going to use this asset for meaningful purpose or not. If you are willing to do it, then you have to adopt, you have to implement, you have to create some department, you have to hire some people, you have to work in the domain of data science. If you will be working on the data science, then there's a good chance that your organization will excel. Your organization will survive the tough competition in the industry. Okay, so I hope you got my point, right? So let's move to another slide. By the way, you can find literature, or you can call it in research paper, you find it many V's, even 5 V's, even 7 V's, and so on. Here we are not going into so many V's. We are just trying to focus on 3 V's. And mind it, these 3 V's will also use to represent or to define the term big data. Okay? So, like for example, we call it big data. So I was like, how you will be able to identify that which one is big data and which one is small data? The answer come like, so if the data is huge, then basically we call it big data. How much huge? If you have terabytes, it's a big data. Petabytes is a big data. Zettabytes a big data. Yeah, you will be like, Yes, sir. I think as much as possible, if you have a large amount of data, we call it those who have basically zettabyte, then this means that of course it is for sure is a big data. But someone like, oh, no, 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 sir, it's a terabytes, even it's a big data. Yes, the huge amount of data is one of the key thing which count any data into big data or maybe a small data or something like that, right? But this is not the only thing. Okay, okay, this is not the only thing. So this in this definition, three V's. This is actually the volume. Okay, so let's start with the velocity. So at least you have to consider three V's to actually understand whether this data is actually big data or this is really a big data or not. We call it these three terms actually define actually the big data term itself, or it is also known as 3V model of the data. Okay. Number one is velocity. You know the definition of velocity, but what is the term velocity in the context of 3V model or maybe for big data? The speed in which data is accumulated in keys means with how much speed the data is arriving into your system, entering into your system, entering into your database. Okay, this is velocity. The more speed, the more data will accumulate. The more speed, you will increase the speed. The accumulation of the data will also be increased. Okay, so this is actually velocity. Okay, they are basically very I should add one term here. You might hear about the term data stream. There are so many types of stream: audio stream, video stream. Okay, like security cameras installed in maybe a building, having maybe 200 to 300 cameras. Okay, and all of them are continuous stream 24 by 7. It's a video stream. Maybe you are recording audio as well. It's an audio stream. Maybe FM stream. FM, maybe you FM stations. Okay, it's again a stream. Similarly, the web stream, like we can call a click stream. Whichever action you are performing on a single page, on a different web pages, on thousands of websites, everything is actually recording by the system. Okay, so data stream is one of the. Okay. So volume. I hope I have already explained about the volume. What is actually the term volume over here? This size and the scope of data increase. Okay. Again, size means maybe you have moved from gigabytes to for maybe petabytes or terabytes or maybe zettabytes. So you are gradually increasing the volume of the data. Okay, so this is volume and the scope. Of course, the scope of the data increase, it will increase the volume as well. Your organization scope will increase. Your organization will playing role in multiple domains. Of course, will be getting data from multiple domains. The accumulation will increase. Okay, this is volume. The third and the last point in 3D model is variety. Okay? We all love to buy whenever you go for the shopping. We love to basically have a shopping center where variety of products available, even in one single category, so that you have plenty of choices from which you can select anything you want to buy. So here, what is variety? It's a variety of the data and the variety of the type of the data. Like I've explained, maybe structured data and unstructured data. Maybe you can call it a middle of it also semi-structured data. So I'm not talking about right now the semi-structured data, which is actually neither purely structured, neither or nor it's a purely unstructured. It's a semi-structured. So there's a structured or from the downside, unstructured, semi-structured, and structured. Okay, so this is basically so they have variety, and of course, like stream data, For example, I have already explained about it. Audio data, video data, television data, for example. Okay, click stream data, then transactional data, then social media data. You know it well, very well. These all data set are very huge in size. We are continuously producing a very large amount of data. So if the organization data belongs, or you can say not belongs, have these characteristics like velocity, high velocity, a volume, and variety, then it ensures you that your data is actually belongs to the category of big data, or this is the 3V model of that data. Okay, so okay, well, this is our unit number 1.1. In this unit, we have tried to understand about what is data science, why it is important, why we call it as sexist job of the 21st century, what is big data or what is 3V model, and how and why it is actually important for the survival of an organization. So let me conclude this lecture with this conclusion, and in the next lecture we will further expand our knowledge about data science. So until then, thank you very much.